Yeah, y'all already know who we be, and we are back with the No Box Sports Podcast, episode number 3. And in case you didn't know, let me remind you, my name is Uncle Dud,
and I'm the original CP3.
and you better not ever forget it. And we coming back in front of y'all, man. We done rebound. There's a couple days after we done took that tough loss. You know, we came and gave y'all the live reaction too. I don't know how many podcasters came and gave y'all the live reaction fresh off the loss. Most Eagles fans was punching walls, losing security deposits.
Yeah.
On Twitter, threatening, adding Slay, adding the Bull Huff. But we came on here and gave y'all unfollowing, changing the screensaver. It was emotional that night. And you know, we came on here and we gave y'all the real live reaction. So we here a few days later and we about to touch base again, bro. How you feeling, man, after that tough late night collapse by the Eagles on Monday Night Football?
I mean, I'm still processing, but I feel encouraged by Jalen Hurts. And, you know, I felt like he played better in this last game, than he played in the game in the first game.
Okay, progress.
And, you know, I'm feeling like, you know, I feel encouraged by wait, I already said Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah, you said Jalen Hurts. You one of the few people saying Jalen Hurts.
I feel like that's the only thing I feel encouraged. That's the only thing I feel encouraged by, because everything else is a question mark. Everything else is a question mark, bro.
But you settled down after. Are you still in the same state of like just discuss that it was after the game Monday night, or have you settled down and came back to earth?
You know what made it worse? I was trying to watch for the purpose of the podcast. I wanted to watch the game again, so maybe I have some more points. And as I watched it, I still went through the same, like, yo, okay, all right, okay, we gave a lead, all right, we came back, oh, okay, we look like we're gonna do this, and it still felt just as bad, because it's tough. It's a tough loss,
you settled down, but you still feel the same way you felt about like that loss was just a tough one to deal with. Period.
It's tough. It's tough.
I can't lie, man. And in case y'all didn't watch the game, in case y'all been under a rock, there you go, man. We lost to the Atlanta Falcons 22-21. 1 point. That was the difference in the game. And just to answer the mood question, my mood settled down. It settled down fairly quickly the next day. That night, I was just up, just shaking my head randomly, like, oh my God, they really just lost the game. But at the end of the day, me and him came live after the game, and like I said then, we expected the Eagles to be 1-1 after 2 weeks of the season. The Eagles are currently 1-1.
That's true.
The biggest thing starting the season and getting your rhythm going, especially when you didn't play in the preseason, for me, was health. Getting out of these games healthy. And I think we did that pretty well. We had a couple nicks and bruises. I think Maddox went down for a few plays. But it wasn't too much injury concern. Everybody came out healthy. I think CJC a little nicked up at some point in the game. He questionable this week coming up. But as far as major health issues, we were fine. Although I'm saying that, and AJ Brown didn't play, which really it put a rip. I'm taking that score off because that's making me mad. Y'all know the score. We lost 22-21. But my mood has settled down because at the end of the day, I expected us to be 1-1. At the end of the day, we still fairly healthy. We got our whole season in front of us. And this is the time where you really settle into being a football team. You got hit with your first adversity as a football team. This is kind of like a good thing because now you get to go back to the drawing board. You get to look your brother in the eye and prepare for next week. We're going to move on after we took this little lick and get better. Ain't nobody going to make it through this war without no nicks on them. We just got cut where we felt like we shouldn't have got cut. We got caught by an opponent we feel like we were superior to, and them losses are always tough. But as far as my mood, I kind of settled down. I evened out, man. I'm kind of looking forward to this next game versus New Orleans. But there's a lot of people around Philadelphia, man, that's If you listen to sports radio this week, people are panicking, man. People calling for Sirianni.
I mean, it's yeah. I've heard that. I've heard that. I've heard people questioning that, which I find very interesting because he wasn't the one calling the plays. He's pretty much kind of like the overseer, for lack of a better term.
That in press conferences.
I mean, but I mean, he's not calling the plays on defense. Nope. He ain't calling the plays on offense. The only things you can maybe blame him for is that whole not kicking the field goal early in the game.
That's not a maybe. You could definitely blame him for that.
I mean, but
it's Atlanta, bro. It's not. Why are we chasing points that early in the game? I can see 4th and 1 where we do our push. But come on, dog.
Look, that's not debate. That's debatable. I feel like the way our team offensively is, we should have scored on that play. So I understood based on the analytics why they would take that chance, because we're the better team, man. If you look at that game again,
you're the better team. You don't need a guaranteed 3.
I hear you about a guaranteed 3 was nice.
How much we lose by?
If we get to 7. Are you complaining about that, or are you calling it gutsy like we did Philly?
I don't like it. Live, I was saying I don't like it. I didn't understand why he was doing that early. We already went for it one time in the drive. You gonna keep pressing the envelope?
Yeah. So I feel you. I mean,
it's too early in the game to be doing that. We ain't down. Go ahead, get your points on the board. Get your points on the board. Now we rebounded. That's the only
thing, though. But that's the only thing.
That is the only thing. That was your point.
That you really blame him for is that. Like, other than that,
you're right.
He ain't the one calling the play. So why are we trying to get rid of this guy? Like, my thing is, the only way you get rid of this dude, especially this early, is if the team, instead of going 13-4 or whatever, we go 4-13. Like, if we go 4-13, or we look like we're about to go 4-13, then yeah. But right now, it's ridiculous for people to be trying to call for his job after the second game. Come on.
I agree with you.
Overreaction.
People are overreacting. It's like, and that's what you got to love about the fan base. We are so passionate, man. We are in it every week. We riding the real emotions, the real high. We'll come out and say what we feel. And that's why other fan bases are envious of us, because they don't understand how we can say one thing and feel this.
Yeah, man. It's really crazy how, like, we can get caught up in that and trying to blame him and stuff like that. It's like, if anybody need to be blamed, it need to be Kellen Moore. It need to be Vic Fangio, because it's like, dude, you ain't called too many blitzes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we definitely like to overreact. We definitely like to. That's what we do. That's what we do. If we beat the Saints next week, which honestly speaking, both you and I picked to beat the Saints. We picked.
You just giving it away now, huh?
Pick, right? So my point is, before we'd have been like, well, that's a good. All the Eagles fans are like, that's what we're supposed to do. But now, if we beat the Saints, they're gonna we're gonna go crazy. We're gonna be like, oh, next year, and it's like, that's what we do. That's what we do as Phillies, as Eagles fans.
We passionate, man. We passionate. That's our car. You could call it overreacting, and we do. We do from week to week. We be trying to change major things from week to week, and y'all got to remember, this is week 2. So if you want to break that down to what percentage of the season that is, that's less than 20% of the season.
Yeah.
It might be less than 10% of the season. I ain't past math. I don't know. I didn't come on here to do math. I'm entertaining. Right. That's why I went this route now. That's why I ain't at a bank. But my point is, it's a very small percentage of the season, man. We got our whole season in front of us. And I heard a lot of fans say we was going to lose to Green Bay. We didn't. And I heard a lot of fans say we was going to beat the Falcons. We didn't. So how about we sit and let our team develop and see what we look like, so we can more accurately pick these games. Let your team develop. Let's not start causing rifts, saying we trying to get rid of Sirianni. This need to change it. Now, some things need to change. Vic Fangio, that was unexcusable, not bringing no pressure to Kirk Cousins. And Bryce Huff. We got to get to you. What number did Bryce Huff wear?
Man, the 0. I think it's 0.
0.
Which fits. It's apt for what he's done so far, which is 0.
And that's 100% accurate. And it shouldn't be. That should be a joke that he literally took too far. but it's not a joke. This guy has logged 0 stats this season. No pressures, no tackles, no sacks, no assists. That is unacceptable to somebody you are paying $50 million to. And I said this after the game. I know a lot of people been saying it this week, but we came on here directly after the game and called out Bryce Huff because it's obvious at this point.
Yeah.
And I ain't going to keep piling on you. You've been hearing it from the whole city. You probably stayed inside the whole week. You Uber Eats and DoorDash the whole week because if you went outside, you already know everybody was saying something to you. So I'm just hoping that, bro, I'm hoping that I don't know what I'm hoping, bro. I'm just hoping my eyes is not telling me the truth. And that's normally not the case, man. Bryce Huff, you got to step it up, brother. But as far as Vic Fangio, you not blitzing, terrible. As far as Cullen Moore,
come on.
That fourth and 3 to Saquon is very, very debatable. The play where he dropped the pass, that's been a hot topic all this week. Number one, when it was 3rd and 3, before we didn't get the 4th down, they chose to throw the ball.
Okay.
The Falcons had no timeouts. They chose to throw the ball and they threw it incomplete. Clock stop.
Okay.
The next play, you chose to throw the ball again with the inherent risk that we may not get it. Something can go wrong, and we didn't get it.
Hold on. That was no. The one where he dropped it. Just to be clear,
that was
3rd. Because that's because you kicked the field goal. That's what made
You're right.
So but still,
so that was 2nd down where he threw it.
You having hindsight feelings right now because for real, he catches that ball like he's supposed to, and we get the 1st down. You like, oh, I was nervous, but he pulled it off. Like he was like this. The thing, Kellen Moore called a good play. The ball is wide open. This is how I feel like if it's a good play. If the ball is wide open to make a play, one of your star receivers is wide open to make a play, and he has
good play design. You don't have a problem with the play call. That's play design.
It's execution. That's not the coach called the play. They called a play for Saquon to be wide open. He was wide open. Catch the ball.
I have a problem with the call.
Come on.
And not necessarily just the 3rd down call. I have a problem with the 2nd down call before the 3rd down call. Because you threw the ball 2 straight times when you should have ran. You should have ran it 2nd and 3. You probably would have got a 1st down. Now on 3rd and 3, you throwing it, and we literally could have ate up a minute plus a clock, and we didn't do that. So that was my only issue with the coaching by Nick Sirianni and that play call by Cullen Moore. And I understand the margin for error with certain plays. I understand Saquon should have caught the ball. But my issue is the 2nd down. Now I got to go back and look at the 2nd down. That was a bad play call right there. You could talk all you want about the 3rd and 3. Okay, I understand. We all seen them drop it. But the 2nd down, that was a bad play call, and you can't convince me it wasn't. But I'm not saying we mistake free. We trying to get better as a football team, and I guess that's Sirianni and Kellen Moore. Maybe they'll learn from that situation. The players are a little rusty. Saquon dropped the ball, so everybody had a hand to play in that loss, man. But overall, I have calmed down, and I am ready for this New Orleans games. But there's a lot of people in the city that hasn't calmed down. So just for you, man, like be the sounding board or not be the sounding board. If you had to rate your overall level of concern about this season moving forward after this late night loss on Monday Night Football, what would you say that number is?
Even after processing, you said a scale 1 to 10, 1 being
not concerned. Not concerned.
1 is not concerned.
Yeah, 1 is like that's nothing, literally.
And 10 is very concerned.
Yeah, I'm concerned. Yep.
All right, so that's where we're going. So it's like, honestly speaking, even after processing, I feel like I'm at a 7.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
You're not the sounding board.
I'm sorry.
You are not the sounding board with a 7, bro.
I'm not helping them because at the end of the day, you got to have a defense. And after watching that game, we did not look like we had a good defense against the Falcons. The Falcons. If you remember how the season went last year, we played the Cowboys. I think we barely won. And then we played the 49ers, and they whooped us. And we never recovered from that. Defensively, we looked kind of suspect. And right now, We just
he was
talked about
having
Bryce Huff.
flashbacks.
We just talked about Bryce Huff. I told you, and I still feel the same way about Slay. Slay might be done, so we only got a rookie quarterback to really depend. Like
Bradbury on his way back.
Oh, not Bradbury. Oh, he's a savior. He's a savior.
He wear 24, Kobe number.
So it's like it's questions right now. So right now, with going to week 3, I'm at a 7 with concern. Bro.
Wow, and I was calling on the original CP3 to be the sounding board for the fan base, and he sound like the callers. Even though he don't sound like the callers, his numbers reflect the tone of the callers, man. If I had to go on a scale of 1 to 10, wow, your 7 really just shocked me, man. Because we ain't do no pre-show meeting. We just came on here. This is all vibes for the people. This ain't practice. This is organic. He said it's 7, and I'm surprised by that. But my number, damn, after hearing that number, I'm about to change my number. But my number is 3. That was my number originally. Like it's not enough for me not to register it on the scale of concern. It's not. It's not. Right. But it is concerning enough to give it a second thought. And that 3 can drastically turn up towards a 7 in the next 2 weeks, how we handle these next 2 weeks. Week 2, I will refuse to go anything over a 5, especially given the fact that we haven't seen the best Eagles team out on the field. As far as health go, as far as gelling go, we just haven't seen that. It's just too early in the season to sit here. And I'm watching the rest of the NFL too. I'm not just saying this because I'm a homer. I'm watching the rest of the NFL. Teams are not looking like world beaters right now. Nobody is. If anybody is 2-0, they just squeak past. We'll look around the league later. I know Kansas City 2-0, but they had a tough game versus the Ravens and a tough game versus the Bengals. They didn't look like the best Kansas City. The only difference is they made them 1 or 2 plays when it mattered. Whether it was a coaching decision, whether it was a field goal, whether it was a first down, they made the play. And we didn't make the play. But when you look at the overall scheme of things, I got to say a 3 now. I got to say a 3.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. This is how I can say why I feel like it's a 7. You remember we did the predictions of the record? What did you have the Saints game as? And how confident did you feel about that?
Very confident.
Do you feel very confident coming into week 3 now based on how you've seen the Saints? And how we've looked, you feel still very confident? Ain't no way.
No, but it don't matter whether I get a very confident win or a barely confident win. It doesn't matter to me as long as we come out of New Orleans with a win. But no, I do not feel the same way. But we all assume this team will hit the ground looking how they supposed to look with the pieces we had. We all blindly assume that as Eagles fans, whether you want to admit it or not, we expected to look like a Super Bowl team from the beginning. And that was an unrealistic expectation, especially considering we did not play the preseason. And the 2 games so far showed me we trying to find our identity as a football team, which literally every team has to do that every year. You don't just get to come into a year and be the team you think you're supposed to be on paper. You have to work towards that. You have to make mistakes, but you have to hope in the route of making those mistakes, you don't get nicked up too much to hurt your positioning for the playoffs. And right now, we're not hurt. We're not hurt. Everybody's 1-1 for real. Everybody we competing against is 1-1. We got all our health there. We got our best offensive player didn't play. We got 2 D-backs didn't play. They're not playing Devin White, for which I do not understand why. You cannot tell me he's not our best linebacker right now.
We need the church music right now, the church organ. I know what you're trying. You're trying to encourage right now.
I'm not trying to encourage. I'm just giving real facts. I'm giving real facts. What did I say that wasn't the truth? You ain't see Devin White and Eagle Green yet, and I believe he's our best linebacker. I don't know how you go from him getting the most reps, him being a free agent sign, and him making plays his whole career in Tampa to coming over here and y'all saying he not better than these people who just learned how to play linebacker. That don't make sense to me. Okay. So I need to see him on the field. I need to see Bradbury and Rodgers back. I need to see AJ back, and then we could begin to judge the team. I can't even begin to judge the team without AJ Brown on the field because it don't make sense. So that's why my concern is a level of 3.
Did you just say? I heard you say AJ Brown. Did you just bring up James
Bradbury? You damn right. I said Bradbury. A solid veteran corner that can play. Up until last year, it wasn't no joke to say Bradbury. Like our whole defense was leaking, and everybody just want to blame Bradbury.
Bro, you want to bring me in the tears, right?
He was the scapegoat. I think he was the scapegoat last year, personally.
Okay.
Even though he played bad, I think he was a scapegoat. He is a respectable player that can help a secondary.
Okay.
Shout out to Quinyon Mitchell, like you said after the game, though. Shout out to Quinyon Mitchell.
Yes.
But y'all got our levels of concern right there on 1 to 10. I'm a 3. Original CP3 is a 7. How I'm a 3 and he original CP3? That don't make no sense. But with us dealing with that, we didn't have to move to more specific areas of concern. Since we concerned, what area are you most concerned about when it comes to this Philadelphia Eagles moving forward? And I think you already said it.
Yeah, I think I said it too. I think it's defense.
Defense.
Like I feel like offensively, we didn't have AJ Brown, but we still put up 21 points. 21 points. And it's like we didn't play the preseason. So like we still trying to figure out how to gel as an offense. And not to mention, we still ain't even get Dallas Goedert. Can we get Dallas? Side note, can we figure out how to get Dallas Goedert involved, man? I seriously, like I was talking about this with somebody. I was like, can we get him involved? Like he gonna probably leave, and we gonna see him with somebody else. And be like, yo, why did we not utilize this dude? We got AJ Brown out, and we don't utilize Goddard more. Like what are you
top 5 tight end talent wise in the league? But you would never know.
Yes.
You would never know. And we talked about that right after the game. Like, listen. This is just a reminder. If you see us go live at the Eagles game, tune in because everything they talking about and been echoing all this week, all of that right after the game. Like we was on it, but they did not use Dallas Goedert. AJ Brown is not playing again this week. So, but I do hear you. They need to use Dallas Goedert, but your answer is the defense is the biggest area of concern,
bro. It's totally defense.
It seemed like that's like easy by far for you.
I mean, but when James Bradbury comes back, then we'll be all right.
Won't be an area of concern.
We'll be all right.
We'll be just fine. I promise you that. I'm gonna have to go defense too. And it's 2 levels for the defense. It's the play calling, because I do believe we could have won that game with better play calling. Yes, we were shorthanded. Yes, we don't have the ends, but I do believe we could have won that game with better play calling. Vic Fangio, you have to bring pressure if you notice this line can't get it done. You have to, because otherwise it's going to always break down. Because you give any NFL quarterback 4 seconds, it's a completion. Mm-hmm. I can pretty much guarantee that. You give any NFL quarterback 4 seconds, it's a completion. And we ain't getting no rush right now. So defense is an area of concern, but it's Vic Fangio. And the second level of that concern is our pass rush. Howie Roseman, I never really called on you to make a move mid-season like we do Daryl Morey. But listen, we need some DNs. You need to get on them phones. I think all Eagles fans seeing it already. We don't have a piece coming back that's going to help with that. This is what it is. We need to go get a defensive end to bring some pressure. And if you don't, it's going to be bad, especially once you get against an elite quarterback.
Yeah, we're not talking about zero blitz. We're not talking about the zero blitz that you did when we got burnt by we don't need that. We need a better scheme than that.
Yeah, zero blitz. That's really basic, and the quarterback can read that out, especially a quarterback like Kirk Cousins. But I'm not mad because CJ could have just made that tackle, and that would have just been a chunk. And it would have been okay. At least they might bring a blitz. But for you not, I guess you got scared after that one play because I didn't see blitz after that. But my biggest area of concern is the defense, and it starts with Vic Fangio using the pieces you got until you get better. Mm-hmm. And it goes to Howie getting us a couple more pieces, some better pieces. But yeah, man, we pretty much if you didn't see us go live after that Eagles game, it's up. You can go watch it on your social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Go watch it. We gave y'all the real reaction, and we're gonna do that a couple times this year to tap in with the fan base. Feel free to comment, like it, share it. If you see us live, come on and live. You could type some questions in there. You could snap with us. Yeah. You know what I mean? So go check that out if you didn't see it. But we pretty much just covered the Eagles from top to bottom. But let's get off us. Let's look around the league real quick. Something fun that we like to do. Let me get this ready because I'm not putting this back on the screen like this because that will be the Eagles score. And I really don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want that either. I mean, We got some other good games there. That Chiefs game was good, man.
Yeah, that was a good one. It's right
really
there
was.
for you.
Yeah,
that was back and forth. But you know, the Chiefs and the Bengals always go toe to toe. They like to call it Barrowhead. That's what Barrow like to say. Kansas City is, and
yeah, he ain't look too happy about that loss. It was surprising, man. Watch that game. Like it was like I actually thought the Bengals lost that game more than the Chiefs won it. I mean, yeah, the Chiefs won at the end technically, but it's like I feel like the Bengals made some dumb mistakes and lost that game, man. They
wait, did they win by one? Oh my gosh, that was a microcosm of our game. Now that I'm looking at it, that is crazy, cuz.
That is crazy.
That just made me mad again. But the Chiefs 2-0. Chiefs 2-0. Y'all had two good games.
Right.
The Bengals look like they're getting back to form. The Bengals seem like they always start slow though, man. Heck is going on with the Bengals. Let's go around the league too. We got some more games.
Talk about those Cowboys. Oh yeah, we can do the Jets.
Talk about these guys. We talk about these guys. Look. Y'all guys, the San Francisco 49ers. Look at them.
That part makes me feel better. That part makes me feel better.
Now Minnesota and Atlanta, would you say they on the same level? Like around the same tier team, basically?
Yeah, because I don't believe in Sam Darnold. But,
right. And they just beat the 49ers. I wonder what the 49er fan base is saying this year. And the 49ers, we in a much better spot than them because they got Debo hurt. They got McCaffrey hurt. And this reports that Kittle might not play. So they are banged up over there, and they struggling early in the season. So Eagles fans, calm down. It's a long season. Yeah. Look around the league, the teams we competing with. We already beat one of them in the Packers. We got that tiebreaker. And we're gonna keep sliding around.
Doing a good job, man. You doing shout out to you. Doing a good job of encouraging, man.
I'm trying
to. Good job, man. You coming up with some good points.
And this the last one right here. Look at it. That look good right there.
Yeah.
That look real good.
I wish you could make that a little bigger. Yeah.
And I can't even really, I'm saying, but it's right there for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they 1-1, our division rival. Took an L. They lost 2. I'm just saying, look around at the teams we competing with. We all 1-1. It's fine, Eagles fans. And we in a better position than the Cowboys right now because we got more talent and we know what they do. And we in a better position than the Niners because they are falling apart health-wise and they don't have no chemistry because damn near all of them held out this offseason and signed at the last minute.
Right.
And look, the Cowboys got spanked on. They got cooked by 20-something points versus a team that nobody expected to do that. So who would you rather be right now? And that's all I'm gonna tell y'all. Keep it all in perspective. Who would you rather be? And yeah, it was one other surprising game. That was gonna be the last one, but I just realized something about this game. These guys is 0-2. That's Baltimore. We know they a top 4 or 5 team in the league. They 0-2.
That is. It's early.
Relax, Eagles fans. We are good. I promise you we are good. And the team that just put that domestic whooping on the Cowboys, we actually got to see them next, man. We actually got to see them next. We at New Orleans. We in the Big Easy this Sunday, man. First Sunday game.
I feel like you got to talk about that because ain't nothing positive going to come from this.
Oh, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Number one, this is the first Sunday game. We ain't played on Sunday yet. The season been going. It's the third. So shout out to a Sunday game. We get some normalcy. I know they love the Eagles. They love putting us in prime time, but that throw our week off. You know what I mean? That throw our week off. Like Monday, y'all messed up my week on the Monday. Don't do that. Put us on Sunday so Monday we can work through it and be back on track. But shout out to the 1:00 game. We going to New Orleans. They look good. I'm not gonna lie to you. They look good this year. They running a run, play action, deep shot here and there scheme. They averaging like 40-something points a game. And it's not because they airing it out. They airing it out like every few plays. But Derek Carr, I seen a stat that said Derek Carr only threw the ball like I think 20-something times this season. So he's not airing the ball. They not airing it out. It's not an air attack. It's a very methodical play action, dump off the Kamara deep shot type of offense. So number one, I don't believe this offense to be the greatest show on turf like the Rams. I know they're cooking people, but Eagles fans, calm down. Let's not act like the Saints is the next coming of Drew Brees and them 2.0. but they are playing well. They got a solid defense. I am a little concerned. Because we don't play well in New Orleans. If you look up our history of going to New Orleans, we don't really show well in New Orleans. But this particular circumstance, I believe this Eagles team really has something to prove after this past week, basically giving the game to a lesser opponent. I think on the paper, our locker room should not feel like the Saints are better than them. They had a better start to the season, but I don't really put too much stock in this team scoring 40 versus them, because each team matchup is different. That don't mean nothing when we step on the floor.
I hear you, but I feel like the problem is that how much pressure are we going to put on Derek Carr? That's one of the concerns.
Mm-hmm.
How much pressure are we going to put on him?
Because, not much.
You know, like we just said before, Slay is not who he used to be.
No,
he got a rookie. That bull Shaheed got some speed on him.
He's a deep shot guy, and they should always be on top of him. That's defensive coaching.
There was one play where where I saw that Atlanta did where they did a trips and Kirk threw to the wrong person. Cousins threw to the wrong person. There was a guy who was wide open, over the middle. And my thing is, I know Saints gonna look at that. They got shot. It's. I don't know how we're going to stop that speed. I don't know how we're going to stop Kamara because honestly speaking, both running backs in the last two games had okay games. You know what I'm saying? Alvin Kamara, as far as
Bijan is nice. Let's not act like he's just any type of running back.
He's nice. So and so is Josh Jacobs. So we about to play Kamara. Kamara is definitely nice.
He coming off 4 touchdowns.
So I mean, I'm nervous, bro. I mean, we need the church music right now, and a few amens and what you're saying. But
you're a little nervous. You're a little nervous.
I'm nervous, bro.
And that's an honest reaction, and especially off them dropping 40 and us looking shaky. But I do need to say this: our defense did not play that bad. I know it looked bad when it really mattered, but if you take the whole game into perspective, I gotta say this: they had 15 points with a minute something left in the game. That's not a bad defensive performance, no matter how you want to carve it up. That's not a terrible defensive performance. Now, it was terrible defensive execution when it mattered most. It was terrible play calling, but I can't say we played terrible defense. We played pretty solid defense, even though we were drastically lacking a pass rush. So I'm just looking for us to come in here, bring some of that consistency we had Monday night up until that last 2 minutes with Vic Fangio adding some blitzes in there. And I don't believe key to this game. I believe stopping the run is the key to this game because Derek Carr passed the ball 16 times last game, and he only completed 11 of them. So what does that tell you? They was getting a lot of one chunk plays because I was seeing it on Red Zone. It was Alvin Kamara took two plays he wasn't supposed to score on to the house over 50 yards. So it wasn't like they was driving there, and then they threw one bomb to Shaheed. So it was chunk plays. It wasn't really this prolific offense, but most of their stuff come off of the run, the play action, the deep shot, the screen. So our defense need to stop what they want to do first, and then we can get at Derek Carr on the back end. But me personally, I don't believe the Saints is a 40-point team. I don't. I watched the last 2 weeks, a lot of deep shots, a lot of a player just making a spectacular play. If we clean up our tackling, stop the run, and call a blitz here and there, they won't score nowhere near 40 versus us. They won't even score 30 versus us. And I'm going to go on record and say that right now.
I'm with you. I'm hoping that you're right. Right now,
Bryce Huff sack coming. Bryce Huff sack coming.
Well, okay.
Way to change your number to 1.
Okay. I didn't even have more than just 1 sack, but okay. I didn't have more than just 1 sack.
I'm just trying to speak words of encouragement to you, Huff. I know you hearing how bad you is, how you overpaid and all that. Go get them. Because as soon as you get that first sack in Philly, everybody in Philly going to stand up and say, now we're going to salute you. Keep it up. True.
I will say the one of the things I thought about as I watched it again is we did used to trash Brandon Graham before he got his stuff together because he had the injury and stuff like that. Early in his career, we was like bust.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually he got it together and figured it out. Maybe Bryce Huff in one season can do the same.
Brandon Graham, you a certified legend, by the way. Salute to you.
Yeah, but he wasn't always. So maybe I would love for Bryce Huff to shock and say, "Wait a minute, you were wrong about it." I would love it. I hope you're right.
This is the Bryce Huff rallying cry. It's right here for you. If you ball in this city, trust me, it's no better feeling in the world when you putting on that Eagle green and you hooping.
That is
2
true.
games out the season, cool. You got 15 left, my boy. 15 left. It ain't no game more important than the next one. And the next one is Sunday versus the New Orleans Saints, the 2-0 New Orleans Saints. So we talked about the game. Talked about the game. I told y'all my keys basically. I think it's stopping the run. I think it all starts with stopping and run, and I think number 45, Devin White, will help with that too. It's just a thought I have. You got a key to the game. I think you said getting that pressure.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we got the big boy to start. We got one of the big boys, Jordan Davis, to stop the run. I like that bull Booker, another defensive tackle.
Booker is hooping.
So we got some people to stop the run. I'm with you on that. If we can stop the run and force Carter to pass, maybe we got a chance.
He only 16 attempts last game, bro. They don't want him to air it out because they know we got to make him air it out. But we pretty much got into the game analyst, so we might as well go ahead and pick. And I think he alluded to what we feeling a little earlier in the show. So go ahead, give me your pick, man. We've been wrong. Just for the record, we both 0-2 so far in the season.
I mean, at this
point, we picked the same result, we lose. So I don't know. We might have.
I thought we was going to get blown out, but then you kind of changed my thought. You kind of encouraged me. I'm gonna say your words was encouraging.
Salute.
So I'm gonna say 28-22 Saints.
CP3 went ahead on record. That 7 is really in your mind right now because you picking us to lose. But I ain't mad at it, man. Your pick is your pick. CP3 got the Eagles losing, going to 1 to the New Orleans Saints Sunday. Dang, what you say? 22-28?
Saints. I mean, I picked us to beat them, but now after watching these two, 28-22 Saints.
Understood, man. Understood. That's CP3. You can go ahead and book it. And we do have something that's changing. For the first time in season 2 of the No Box Sports Podcast, we got a different pick. I actually think our Eagles rally up and let the NFL know who we really is behind the steady Saquon attack, behind Jalen Hurts continuing to play well, behind them finally getting Goddard involved and Dotson stepping up and playing the role. And guess what? We're going to stop the run this game. We're going to make Derek Carr beat us, and he's not going to be able to. And I'm calling it. Bryce Huff going to have a sack this coming game. And the young boy Quentin Mitchell, man, he going to make a big play because he's going to have to. I got the Eagles winning. I ain't going to pick a number. It's going to be a close game. But I think we do the opposite what we did down the stretch game 2 and let everybody calm down for the next week. 2-1, the Saints fall to 2-1, and all is right and all is sunny in Philadelphia.
I agree.
We're gonna see.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
We're gonna see. We definitely gonna be here watching and bringing it to you live. So don't forget, we got the Eagles at Saints this Sunday, 1:00 Eastern kickoff. And talking about it being all sunny in Philadelphia, we got some news that could possibly shift the whole landscape of Philadelphia, the whole sports scene of Philadelphia, the whole traffic flow of Philadelphia, man. It seems like a plan got approved for the Philadelphia 76ers to relocate.
Hey, what?
Relocate, man. Mayor Parker went ahead and endorsed it. It was talks before, but it was being held up, but it looked like it got new wheels and new life again. So I think the Sixers is moving out of, I don't know, man. You heard about where they're going? I heard they're going somewhere that's very congested. Somewhere you can go get some green tea, some organic green tea from, and a special massage.
Wait, they're not. I heard they're not going to Jersey, are they?
Nah, they ain't going to Jersey. They was, but the Easy Pass, they said they ain't want us playing them Easy Pass tools. So it's close to that bridge, but they said they ain't gonna make us go over the bridge. They said they gonna make us go near the bridge though.
Okay. Okay.
I think they.
Oh, all right. I can deal with that. Because that Jersey thing, I was worried about that rumor. They talking about Jersey. When I
That
first
wasn't
saw
going to
that,
happen.
I was excited. I was like, okay, that's cool. I was relieved. I was like, oh, this could be a good thing, maybe, possibly.
For Jersey?
The mayor. No, when I saw that they going to Philly. They staying in Philly. Excuse me. I was like, okay, maybe the mayor did do something right. You know what I'm saying? She might have did something right. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Shout out to May Parker.
But it's like, but then it's brought to my attention that could possibly lead to some crazy traffic issues.
It will. Crazy traffic issues. It will. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Have you driven downtown? Well, you have, I'm sure.
I have. So, but
it's that same downtown traffic there.
Yeah, not to that spot. Yeah,
and worse parking.
Yeah. Okay.
On game days, it's gonna be a mess downtown. I wouldn't even take the highways to the game. This is really them encouraging you to take public transportation. You can zoom right into the city. Because driving down there is going to be a zoo. I would never drive to a Sixers game again. I guarantee you. If they move it to Chinatown. But I don't have a problem with the move. It is what it is. Change is inevitable in this thing we call life. We did have some great memories down at the First Union Center, the Wachovia Center, the Wells Fargo Center. It's been all of those things since I've been watching and a fan, man. I seen AI down there. I seen us getting cooked pre-AI. We seen Baby Ben. We seen Okafor. We seen Embiid grow into a grown man. And I guess, every time a team talks about getting a new stadium, that team pretty much, it seems like that team win a championship. Like, there's a correlation between that I've caught. Like, when the team get a new stadium, they have a very good season to get the city behind it. It's like the energy to push it towards happening. I don't know what it is. Maybe they're giving them all playing incentive bonus. So if we talking about a new stadium, I think a good season is on the horizon, man. I don't know. How about you?
I mean, it sounds good. I don't know who going. I don't think Embiid gonna be part of that process at that point. But yeah, that sounds great. Honestly, I feel like what you said about the using public transit and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of the stuff that people are concerned about, I'm going to hope that they're considering those things in regards to how they're planning. So maybe they're going to have increased police if you're worried about crime and stuff like that. Figuring out some way with public trans to kind of help that flow better. Like, they're not going to just be like, we're going to keep everything else fine the way it's always been, and we'll just put this. Like, they gotta have
it has to be extensive city planning.
Yeah, extensive. So I gotta believe all that's taken care of.
And there's a lot of red tape that got to happen too before that even becomes a thing. They got to buy a lot of people out down there. They got to be zoning changes, I'm sure, but they endorsing it now, which means that work is getting done in them back rooms now.
And the Sixers having their own stadium versus the whole sharing thing we had to do with the Flyers and stuff like that. I mean, that is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. You know what I mean? So I'm open to it.
I'm open to it too. I'm open to change. I'm open to the whole new world. I'll definitely go down there when it opens and see what the games is like. That'll be a whole new experience. Is it necessary? No, it's not necessary. We have a sports section of the city with all our arenas right there. It has always been that way. It's unnecessary for sure. But am I against that and change and maybe it'll revitalize downtown? I don't know what they're thinking.
My thought, one of the things I also thought of is, I'm pretty sure the Wizards are kind of downtown. I'm pretty sure the Knicks are downtown.
Oh, it's a lot of teams downtown.
Huh?
It's a lot of teams downtown.
Right. I'm pretty sure. So my thing is, this ain't really nothing new. So it's an adjustment for us because we're not used to it. But there's a lot of teams that already are doing this and they figured it out. So if they can figure it out, we can figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure we can figure it out. And I'm not one of the people saying don't do it. It's just that, was it necessary? Could that money go other places? Yeah. But it'll be something cool when it's done. It'll be a good attraction because I think downtown is kind of dying economy wise. They putting a lot of stuff down there. They're trying to like make it that thing again and putting the stadium right down there. That'll definitely give it a kick. But our Sixers is on the move, man. But they still at the Wells Fargo Center this year, and we trying to bring home that championship. And the basketball season is right around the corner. Training camp starting about 2 weeks, man.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm actually excited about watching some preseason basketball. I mean, assuming that George and Embiid will play a game.
They play. NBA players play the preseason. Actually, They ain't like the NFL. That's a whole different story, man. We got a lot of sports coverage coming your way from the No Box Sports Podcast and No Box Entertainment. All your Sixers news. We following y'all them the whole season until it's over. Same thing we doing with the Eagles right now, man. And that's basically been episode 3 of season 2 of the No Box Sports Podcast. Man, we knocking these things out. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Give it up for yourselves. Hey, don't clap for them. If y'all ain't like this video, if y'all ain't share it, if y'all ain't subscribe, if y'all ain't comment, take these claps back. Now go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Cool. We cool. Well, if y'all didn't know, I'm one of your hosts, Uncle Dud.
And I'm the original CP3.
And this has been episode number 3. And hopefully this weekend we get to New Orleans and show them what it be.